GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand, presents Galata Plus at the Berlin Film Festival 2024.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Manoj, congratulations on the Fable.
Thank you.
It's in competition and all the best for that. Ram Reddy's directed it. And you know, the last time we met at a film festival, it was at Cannes.
Right.
You were promoting Bhosle there.
Mostly there, yeah.
So, what, in your opinion, is the importance of film festivals?
I always say one thing that if you look at cinematically, it is very good for the directors and all the talents to come here and just see what else is happening, outside your bubble. It's very important to really watch, understand, and keep correcting yourself, keep altering yourself. It is very, very important. When I say this, people think that so somehow they don't get to understand, but it's very important to know what's happening around you.
Right.
And how filmmaking is evolving, with time.
Right.
And how performances are evolving, which is also very evident to see. I mean, at least I do it, that I keep watching new performers all around the world and try to understand their approach. And this time is very, very important because it's a time of conflict. It's a time of churning, and how actors and the creative people are really expressing themselves.
Right.
That makes it very, very important for you to really look at them, observe them, and keep changing your approach.
When
keep
you
adjusting.
say conflict and churning, what do you mean?
I mean, look at the world.
Right. Oh, you mean politically?
Politically
Okay.
or socially, even the socially, the demography is is really shifting. Okay, and it's shifting every day. Sometimes so in all of this, it becomes very essential for an artist to because he's also part of the society.
Yeah.
To look at it from a distance and express himself.
Right.
Through his own art. So film festivals give you that platform.
Right.
Okay, and secondly, it is a great launch pad for independent film because you can start the talk from here.
Yeah.
And use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
Because there is nobody who's really going to help you. Because cinema as a medium of art is something which is always in conflict with the people who are defining it only as a medium of entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay, it's always clashing. So it becomes a launch pad for independent films to create some kind of conversation around their film, and and find an audience.
Yeah.
Not only here around the world, but also in the place you come from.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
But you manage this brilliant balance. On the one hand, you have a family man, which is watched by millions of all of India practically.
Right.
On the other hand, you have your Bhosle and Joram and your
Gully Gulia,
and Gully Gulia and this the Fable.
The Fable,
So
yeah.
you're like, it's like the best of both worlds.
I mean, I have been doing it since a long time.
Right.
So somewhere, slowly and gradually, I got my audience used to my behavior.
Yeah.
And which has been very, very important for me. Yes, it is. Sometimes, some people think as to how I don't get insecure about it, because there is a career which is happening, and when a career is moving and it's in complete flow, nobody wants to disrupt it by doing something else. But in my case, it's a blessing because I have been doing independent cinema since a long time. My audience knows my madness and the crazy behavior, so they watch it. They sometimes tell me that I couldn't get it, but at the same time they keep forgiving me. At the same time, I see that some of those audiences of, say, Family Man turning into a such cinephile is my achievement.
Right. Right.
That is my real contribution. If I could turn few of them, few of my family man audience, or say middle of the road films that I do, that audience turning into some kind of an independent film viewer, hardcore viewer, will be the real landmark of my career.
Right. Now, let's talk about your performance in the Fable, right? No, it's not a big acting
No, never.
performance. It's not like Joram, for instance,
No.
where you have a lot of intense
Right.
scenes to perform, right? Or
Right.
if,
Right.
or your courtroom dramas, or where you have like long speeches
Right.
and things like that. This is a very like
Even sublime
delicate.
is felt.
It's felt. So I want to know, how did you approach this performance, and how did you design it, in the sense that obviously with discussion with the director Ram Reddy, but how did you undergo this transformation to do this performance?
You must have met Ram, you know. He's a very, a resilient kind of a guy. You know, he's a young man. Um, and he's very sure of what he has written and what he wants from you. That is one. But when you start meeting your directors and start reading the script with him, start talking to him, start, you know, raising questions, start having the conversation around each and every scene which is there in the script, you start understanding how he sees his own film. That is one. But I'll tell you an anecdote which I don't know he's told you or not. So I didn't know. I was reading the script. I was writing my own questions, and then I used to ask him. Then he was hiring a diction, English diction teacher for me. That he wanted me to work on the script with her. Then he was having a photo shoot. But photo shoot was not exactly a photo shoot, you know, as we do it. It was just to understand the color palette and also my behavior in front of a camera. And he was also testing his own 16 camera. So all of those things, but it was helping. The process was on to get to Dev, the character that I was playing. But when I was leaving for the shoot, I had a chat with Ram, who was already there in Uttarakhand, and I said that, you know, I'll be reaching by train early in the morning, and then from there I'll go to this ashram. I want to just go there and meditate, and from there I'll go to this cave of the master Kriya Yogi. I mean, Rajneesh sir also is a Kriya Yogi. He's initiated. I'm also initiated. So I'll go to this master's cave. I'll meditate there. Then I'll come to where you guys are. So it will take me whole day. He said, I'll come with you. And we both climbed the mountains. We went to the cave. We both meditated there. And it was raining. We came out, rain stopped, and the entire forest was covered with snow. And we just stood there, looked at the snow, and we felt something very similar. And while we were coming down, I said, Ram, I got the sur of the performance. He said, I think I also got the sur of the making. So that was our preparation.
Lovely.
You know,
It's almost magical.
it's magical. And this is the magical element that we've been talking about you know, when you watch the film, each and every shot, that's what I kept on remembering. What I felt when I opened my eyes, looked outside the cave, what I felt looking at the snow-covered pine trees, what I felt, I kept on going back to it.
And that became your reference point.
That became my reference point. But that's, you know, this is how it happens. Sometimes you get those magical clues from anywhere.
From the universe.
From the universe, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Can you take any one scene and just explain how you did that?
Okay, I don't know how much you remember of it, but
I just saw it last night.
yeah,
Last
so,
evening.
So
Yeah.
when the army people are there at home, and the colonel asks Priyanka, who is playing my wife, to sing a song, and she sings Shivoham, okay? and you just see when the camera is just, you know, uh, coming close to me, and that time uh, my eyes are getting moist to wet, and you feel that Dev is going to cry anytime, but he doesn't cry. This is what I say, felt.
Right.
He's gone somewhere else, which is beyond any logic, beyond any reasoning. It's a seeking. He's been seeking for so long that he started finding answers in his outhouse,
Yeah.
where he makes wings. And this is where he's feeling it. The Shivom, he's getting his answers through Shivoham's song.
Right.
You know, so that's, you know, that's my favorite sequence.
Right. Just for the viewers, I'll just say that when you say wings, they are literal wings that you're making because they may not understand otherwise. So these
Yeah.
are wings that this character uses
Right.
to
Yeah.
do something.
Do
Yes.
something.
Yes. Yes. So now, what was it like returning to acting in front of film again?
Well, for me it was nostalgic, you know, but because I came 30 years back.
Yeah, like you started out with film cameras,
so
right?
so
Right.
for me, coming back to it was nostalgic. You know, coming back to it was um, I've I don't know, when I was watching it yesterday, when all of you were there in the auditorium, for me, what was the most special thing? The grains in those frames.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
That is something which is lacking nowadays
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
digital cameras. So for me, that was very special. I was also excited to watch it on the big screen with the grains in each and every frame. And that makes it so real. That makes it look so natural and organic.
Yeah.
That we lost it, you know. And this is what cinema used to be for all of us.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to go back to.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but I was wondering if, because for so long you have not been acting,
Right.
You've been acting in front of a digital camera,
Right.
which is largely silent, right? There's
Right.
no,
The camera. No, but even this camera is almost silent.
Okay.
Or the beef. So earlier when we shot Satya on, that was called a beef BL for you something, that camera BL4 something. So even that used to not make sound. So the live sound, sync sound used to be very easy.
Yeah.
But now with the digital camera, no sound at all.
Yeah.
Even with this 16 there's no sound. It is advanced now. So there's no sound. You can always have your sync sound, afford to not have dubbing at all.
Right.
Except a few of the sequences where you can't really avoid noise, and then the director and the sound designers, they want the actors to dub few words or few sentences. But it was good to just see that camera.
Yeah.
That's the sight of it was just just making you feel as if you are transported back to felony time. And it's a very felony kind of a film,
Yeah.
So yeah, it was special especially for me because I belong to that time.
Right. Manoj, what does it feel like to be one of the most respected actors of this generation? And I mean this as also, like, does it put a kind of pressure on you to live up to that, that the fact that people expect so much out of you?
Rather, I'll put it this way, that it has taken off the pressure.
Oh, wow.
You know how? Because I have done it.
Right.
I've done it till now. And to my luck, I have succeeded in contributing to each and every genre that I have been part of. So it's now when I act, say in Fable or Kanu Behal's film Dispatch or in Joram, I'm only focusing on the characters, and I'm looking for the ways to contribute to that film and the making of it, or setting it up, rather than thinking about what will happen if this doesn't fall right.
Right.
Because there are other things that I have done or I'm part of is constantly gaining respect, and it is getting its own viewers, and they're considered successful, be it Family Man or say Killer Soup or for that matter, a Banda Kafi hai or Gulmohar, they are successful. People know this. But when a Fable comes, people who know me as an actor, they know that Manoj Bajpayee does this. He does things his own ways, and we should better accept him this way, because if we accept in Gulmohar or Family Man, we should also get used to accepting him in other genre that he's part of, keeps coming up with. So I'm off. Don't feel the pressure at all. Rather, I'm always very happy promoting Joram or promoting Fable for that matter. I'm very happy. I'm just now I'm in a phase of my career and life where I'm just enjoying what I am doing.
How lovely to hear that. And to add to the happiness, the Joram has been picked for the Oscar library.
Right.
Right. So,
It's amazing that on one hand, Joram is picked for the Oscar library, and suddenly after 10 days, it is getting 2 mainstream awards. So, and like Filmfare. So, you feel that you've been choosing right.
Yeah.
No?
It's kind of a validation.
It's a validation. It's being appreciated by both the conflicting worlds. Okay, so it's amazing.
Yeah. Now, Manoj, the shot that we see you in the film, the first sequence or stretch of film we see you in is a single shot. It starts without visual with just sound, and then it goes on and becomes this, grows bigger and bigger and becomes this fantastical thing. What are the challenges of doing a single shot as an actor?
Challenge is never about doing it physically right. Okay, that you have to brush well, you have to take shower right in the time, and right in time you have to exit right in time. You have to take the shirt, wear it, and moving your hand, getting ready for the thing that you are going to do. That is not a challenge. That I just you do few rehearsals and you get it right. But how to get your walk, which people are going to see for 2 hours, right? How to get your body language right? How to get, so everything comes when you are mentally there with the character and not really rushing it. So that is that the mental part is very, 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 very tough. That you have to do things right technically, but also in the character.
Right.
So syncing that. So for that, what I do usually, that I do that rehearsal on my own so many times that it becomes part of me.
Right.
And then I just focus on the character and nothing else.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say you do it so many times, roughly how many times?
I mean, Ram anyway is a kind of a director who will make me do it 10 times. And then I do, I try to remember it just by walking through 3-4 times. So that is around 12, 13, 14 times.
Yeah.
Okay. So your body gets used to the physical part of it.
Right.
And and your body starts remembering as to when you have to do what physically. But since I've done it so many times, now it becomes part of me, the technical aspect. So I can afford to be in the character.
Be in the character, yeah,
Right.
yeah. When single shot is being taken, it's very likely that somebody else is causing a mistake. Like something happens with the camera, something happens with the sound, something, because you're talking about a long stretch of time. Now when that happens,
I don't lose it.
you don't lose it?
No, I don't lose it simply because filmmaking is not only about acting.
Right. No, but because you are so much in the zone.
So you are so much in the zone, sometimes you are just snapped out. When you are snapped out, when you are too young, you lose it. But when you are not that young and you are experienced, you just keep quiet, just you stand there and try to find the alignment all over again.
Right.
Because that's the challenge. So you also know that your cameraman or your sound guy, they have been, working hard, for so long. and somehow something has happened and
Yeah.
they failed, and you are going to fail.
Right.
You know, you have failed in rehearsals. You have failed in that one take where director had to take one more, had to go for one more take only for you, because somewhere he didn't find something right about your performance, something right about your walk, something right about you not doing something in the right time. So you have to be patient with them. If they are patient with you, you be patient with them. It's very simple.
Right.
Yeah. But yes, you are right. But when you're young and energetic, you are giving too much to, putting so much to it, that you just snap out. But now everything is channelized. I know that I'm not going to help myself if I lose it. I have to find my alignment back so that I can start it all over again.
Right.
Okay. If I lose it, if I get emotionally agitated, I may not get it right next take, and the next take will not be okay take because of me or my own performance. So you just have to be focused. You just have to be patient with your own job, and at the same time with somebody else's failure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. When you saw the Fable yesterday with that huge audience, and of course you're seeing yourself as well, you're seeing your performance, you're probably evaluating your performance as well.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did it feel like? Did you feel like you achieved 100% of what you wanted to do, 90%? What did it feel like?
Most of the times I felt that I achieved maximum 50%.
Okay.
And I really don't want to raise the optimism of the audience, but all I would say that I felt that I'm not watching myself last night. And I think that's my biggest achievement with this film.
Right.
Where an actor forgets that he's acted in the film. At times that was happening to me. So I think Ram has really made me reach there with my performance. I really thank him for that, because as I said, he's very resilient, he's very focused, and he doesn't leave you so easily.
Right.
And now he's 34, 35 years of age, and he's been guiding us through our character, through the film so well. I mean, I just couldn't believe that, it's me who's part of it.
Right. Now, when did you start talking about this film with Ram?
6 years back.
6 years ago? Okay.
Yeah, 6 years ago. And from that time, he made me really work very hard. He used to call me to his house, we used to read together. Again, he started calling me to get my English right for the film. Then he started calling me to go through the scenes all over again, and sometimes he just used to call me over just to read by just with the script in your hand, and you are moving and you are reading. So he made me go through all kind of exercises, and I very happily did it. And so whatever you see on the screen is all only because of all that hard work that he has made me go through.
Right.
Yeah.
But Manoj, you're also doing other films while you're prepping.
Right.
So are you able to compartmentalize in your head and say, this is the tone of this performance, even though I'm going to switch that tone when I'm acting now for this other, say, Sirf Ek Banda Kafi Hai, or something like that, and then you're acting in another zone then? Because
I do one film at a time.
but the thing
Yeah.
is, this has taken a lot of time when you
Yes.
rehearsals.
So
right?
I have done it, for a long time. The rehearsals, the English. So everything was helping me to go through the process of achieving it. And also, when you're doing something else, but you've done it so much that theoretically you understand it.
Right,
But
right.
when you are prepping for the shoot, that is the time you are not doing anything
else. Right, right.
Yeah. So everything that you've done was very physical and technical.
Right.
But now is the time that you start prepping to get into the skin of the character.
Right.
Yeah. So the prepping in different phases mean differently, So, and I do now. It is part of my personality, because I've been really working hard to find a process to get into the skin of the character and how to do it. So I somehow now it is part of me that somehow, with the help of my directors or sometimes all on my own, find a method to approach the character.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that's beautiful about this film is that you said that you got the tonality of the character because of your meditation.
Right.
The performance is meditative
It
right
is,
through.
yeah.
The film is also
Right.
like that. It's so amazing that you are able to exist in the zone where it is a kind of acting that is not acting,
Right.
or rather being.
Just being.
Yeah.
You're just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just there. I mean, you make it sound so easy, but it's not that
I know.
easy.
I
Just
know.
being. It can't
is.
happen. Yeah.
No, it doesn't happen. I mean, definitely wouldn't have happened. Fable wouldn't have happened so easily to me when I was 30 years old. Okay. No. I mean, actors take time.
Yeah.
To really perfect their craft, to really perfect their understanding
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
performance.
yeah.
I wouldn't say method. Method you can learn in, say, till the age of 35, 40. But after that, method should become part of your personality, and let just try to find a way to just be, just flow with the character. And yeah, you are right. It is very difficult. It
Yeah.
is very difficult. There is a scene in this which I found very difficult to perform. Was when I'm talking to Keshav, and I somehow feel that I lost trust in Keshav, and I tell him that I'm closing down the orchard now, and they can take care of themselves. That performance for me was very hard, very hard. But then Rama and we started talking, and I said, I should not be looking at him because I can't be looking at him. I can't let my eyes meet with his eyes, because somewhere I'm not feeling right about all of this, but I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
there is a conflict going on. There is also, when I was watching it, I also felt that there is also a conflict comes between have and have-nots, privileged and not so privileged.
Yeah. And just to clarify, Keshav is the villager.
Yeah, Keshav is a villager,
Yeah.
and he was the most trusted guy, but now he is being chucked out. So my character, if he's looking into his eyes and saying it, it would have been very intense. It would have gone completely wrong. But how to do it? With my character Dev, who is feeling completely disillusioned and is detached, and he doesn't know where it's all coming from. He can't be really looking into the eyes of Keshav or my manager's eyes. Okay, when he says that take a leave, he's chucking them out, he's mistrusting them, and he's feeling bad about it. But he really doesn't know what's happening to him. He himself doesn't know what's happening to him, because everything is coming from somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what you're saying kind of reminds me of something that Shabana Azmi said very, very long ago, that when you're younger, you want to prove yourself as an actor, so you act big.
Right.
And then as you grow older, you realize that, there's nothing to prove. You don't have to act big, and the performances become softer, mellower, something like what you've done in the Fable.
Right.
Do you agree with this statement?
Not fully, because I've always been very passionate about this craft called acting. So initially the thing was not about proving that I'm good or proving that, hey, look at me, I know my job. It was so much energy inside you when you are young, 30, 35, so much energy, and you don't know how to channelize that energy. So everything just goes into that.
Yeah.
Okay. But as you cross 40, 45, then by then, even your walk from your bed, as you get up from the bed and going into the washroom, then going to the kitchen to take water, if you observe your walk, it has changed.
Yes.
You know how much pace is required and how much it's not. So it's all coming from life, okay? And it's not from acting to life, but it's from life to acting, okay? So you know that only 5 steps will be required to achieve something. Why to take that 5 steps, 100 kilometer per hour, okay? I can achieve it just by 5 kilometer per hour. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's, as you grow old, your understanding of life is far, far better. And that is why it is said that actors only mature after 45.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Manoj. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Pleasure, Badus.
Thank
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.